Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and here's my post-fight review for Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key hurt that Raymond Ford lost. It was a very close and competitive fight with ebbs and flows, but I thought that Ford won 115 to 113. I was going to call it a robbery when I first saw it, but if I did that, then that would be an emotional response rather than a logical one. In all honesty, there was a lot of swing rounds and the fight could have gone either way. So respect to Ball for winning, and respect to Ford for putting on a great performance, but I thought he won. However, I also thought that Ford gave away this fight, because Ball won the majority of the early rounds. In my opinion, Ball won 4 of the first 6 rounds, and due to how close the rounds were, I could easily see a judge or a fan giving Ball 5 or even 6 rounds, because Ball was outworking Ford. Ford had the cleaner and more accurate punches, and was beating and outboxing Ball in the middle of the ring for the most part, but Ball's activity and volume would overshadow Ford's work. Ball would often force Ford onto the ropes and let off multi-punch combinations while Ford would just cover up. A lot of these punches were deflected and blocked, but many still got through and landed. And most importantly, these combinations were eye-catching. From my point of view, it looked like Ford was trying to gas out Ball by letting him outwork himself. And it seemed to work, because Ball slowed down a bit and Ford took control from round 7. Ford increased his activity and was matching the volume of Ball. And because of Ford's accuracy, he was landing the cleaner punches and the more eye-catching combinations. Ball was still applying pressure with a high output, but the majority of his punches were being deflected and blocked by Ford. Ford's offense was just more effective and efficient. He also landed the bigger punches. He seemed to hurt Ball in the 7th with 2 left hands, then hurt him again, I think in either the 9th or 10th round. Ford also stunned Ball twice in the 12th round, first with a counter uppercut, then with 2 left hands along the ropes at the end of the round. I thought that Ford won rounds 7 through 12 and at least 2 of the first 6 rounds, so I scored it 8 to 4 or 7 to 5, and I was confident that Ford was going to win. Ford looked confident and Ball looked unsure when they both heard the scorecards, but Ball won the fight and he's a new featherweight WBA champion while Ford took his first loss. In my opinion, Ford should have been more active in the early rounds, and I felt like he should have gone to the body more, especially in the early rounds because it would have slowed down Ball earlier. And he couldn't stop that left uppercut coming down the middle. That punch was very eye-catching and it worked against him, but I can't cry over spilled milk. It was the best fight on the 5 vs 5 card, and even though he lost, I don't think Ford's stock drops. His stock increased from this fight, and he certainly gained more fans and exposure. He's going to 130 now, and with the current landscape of that division, Ford will be a champion again and can take over that division easily. Eddie Hearn should bring him back home to Camden regardless and continue to build his brand and career because he has a great upside and potential. Ball, on the other hand, has a lot of potential to be a big name at the featherweight division, and he has a lot of options on what to do next. The best course of action will probably unify with Ray Vargas and get that rematch, or maybe get a title defense back in Liverpool. But if I was Bruce Carrington, I would go after Nick Ball for my first title defense because that's a fight that he could win. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with AEO Boxing with Madiba. Like, subscribe, and more content is coming your way.